Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start our reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start on reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for being here with us. Another great story, another day together. Thankful for that. Thank you so much for being here with us on Story Time. And if you're in Oakland, you know that this Saturday, the Oakland Roots are back in action. Yes, the season starts. 2023-24 season starts. So go out there if you're in Oakland and support the Roots. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. Absolutely love it that we're here together. What sports teams are in your area? What's the local team? How do you feel about them? Thank you so much for joining in, and welcome. Yes, today we're talking cities, and this one we have for you is called If You Were a City. If you were a city, who would you be? How would you be? What would you be? This one is written by KYO and illustrations by Francesca SANNA. And Francesca SANNA illustrations, KYO writing are just so beautiful, and together we have an amazing book. So I can't wait for you to see that one. I hope that you're ready, and I hope that you enjoy it. Thank you so much for joining in today, and please let us know where you're joining in from and who is joining in with you. And remember too that if you're joining in alone, you're still welcome here to Story Time. Thank you so much to everybody that has joined in. Of course, welcoming an extra special welcome to those that have joined Story Time recently. We welcome you, and we hope that you stay with us a long time indeed. And remember too that you can find Story Time at storytimewithmrlamada.com, at Storytime with Mr. Lamada on Facebook and YouTube. Of course, if you miss the live, it is always there for your convenience. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time, and I'm glad that we're here together. And we do have an amazing book coming up, as you've seen too. But remember that Marietta and Jack the Library Cat will also be out on May 11th, and they'll be right here on Storytime too. They're coming to Storytime, so get ready for the fun, get ready to meet Marietta, and of course Jack the Library Cat. And Marietta has been a Storytime friend for so long now. It's exciting to have this book coming out, and cannot wait to share it with you all. So May 11th, keep that date. And of course too, we've had amazing books this week, and I hope that you've enjoyed every single one so far. We've digested stuff. We've had Jelly Beans, and we've also had Audrey L and Audrey W taking us through Room 19 and all its drama. And of course, we're looking forward to If You Were a City today, coming to us from KYO and Francesca SANNA. And tomorrow we jump into Joe Bright and the Seven Bots. Join in for that one. Amazing story as well from our friend here at Storytime, Deborah Underwood. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. As you can see, lots to look forward to. And today we do have, of course, If You Were a City coming up very shortly. So get ready for that one. Get cozy, get comfortable, get everything that you need to make this Storytime event better. It may be cold outside, but hopefully together in our cozy spot for story time, it is a little warmer. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. Let us see who is with us this morning, ready to enjoy a wonderful, wonderful story. Good morning to you. How are you doing? Harry, appreciate you. Thank you indeed for being here on Storytime. Absolutely love it. Joining us from all the way out in Kentucky. Thank you for being here, and I hope that you enjoy the story today too. It's been good having you with us on Storytime. Good morning to you. How are you doing? Sarah and Nathan out in cloudy Illinois today. Thank you so much for joining in. And of course, Amanda West, good morning to you as well. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful day indeed. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Just think about it. If you were a city, who would you be? How would you be? Good morning from Clara and Erin in sunny and cold Massachusetts. Yes, do not be deceived by that sun. It is cold out. The girls are decorating St. Patrick's Day cookies, still recovering from their colds, but feeling pretty good. Oh, we'll take that. Continue feeling good, and we hope it gets even better. And sounds like a lot of fun there decorating those St. Patrick's Day cookies. Thank you so much for joining in. Appreciate you. Tara McNamara, Erin, and Clara, thank you so much for joining in Storytime today from out there in Massachusetts, where it is sunny. But do not be deceived, it is cold too. Thank you so much for joining in. And yes, Kentucky is sunny today, sunny out in Kentucky. Thank you so much for joining in. Absolutely appreciate you. Peggy, it is. I cannot wait. Yes, it is so beautifully written, so beautifully illustrated. I hope that you enjoy it. Peggy Ashbrook, welcome to Storytime. Thank you so much for joining in. And you say such an intriguing title. It is indeed. Thank you so much for joining us. In the garden for Storytime. Oh my goodness, that sounds so beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. Appreciate you and cannot wait. If you have pictures, please do send us some so we can see how that is happening. But we hope that we enjoy it. Perfect book today. To just read and enjoy out in the garden. Oh, I'm so jealous. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. And if you do have a copy of this book at home, go and grab it so you can read along with us. Thank you so much for joining us on Storytime. Tara McNamara, thank you one more time. Continue enjoying those St. Patrick's Day cookies. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Thank you so much for being here. Good morning to you, Braylon and Chad and Auntie Pam. Well, welcome back. We've missed you on our lives, but I'm glad that you're here, and I hope that you've still been able to catch the Storytime recordings. The kinfolk have missed the community. Glad to sit on this morning. Beautiful morning here in Natchitoches, Louisiana. Well, thank you so much for making our morning even more beautiful. Thank you for being here with us, Braylon and Chad. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us from all the way out in Natchitoches, Louisiana. Pamela Courtney, good to see you here on Storytime. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Sharon Lungo and Soraya, good morning to you out here in Oakland. And as I was saying, the Oakland Roots are back playing, and we also have the Oakland Soul, the women's team in Oakland that will also be playing, the women's soccer team in Oakland. So go out there and go out in full voice, go out and show support for them. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Oh, Maple the cat, thank you so much for joining in. Ari, Maple, and Megan, thank you for joining us on Storytime today. I hope that you're ready for this story. I hope you enjoy it. Maple, welcome. We'll try and read together. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime wherever you are today. Thank you for being here. Whether you're in a cold place, warm place, welcome to Storytime. Thank you indeed for being here with us. Are you ready for today's story? Well, get comfortable, get cozy. Go, grab everything that you need so we can get started with our story. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. And today, remember that we are reading If You Were a City. This one is written by KYO, who you know brought us Hello Rain, a favorite here on Storytime, and FRANCESCA, SANNA, who is also the illustrator of My Friend Earth. And you know, beautiful illustrations. Yes, so we're in for a treat. Two giants coming together for our enjoyment. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Get ready, get cozy, get comfortable. We'll be right back after this break for more Storytime. Thank you for being here with us.
Hi, my name is Chad, and I'm homeschooled in Natchitoches, Louisiana. And today you're tuning in with Mr. LaMotta. Story time with Mr. LaMotta.
I love that. I love it. Thank you so much, and I absolutely appreciate you. And good to see you here today, here live with us today. Thank you so much. And of course, Braylon sending you love as well. Auntie Pam, and of course, Auntie Ann, we're sending you love, 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 love out there in Nakitosh, Louisiana. Our book for today, If You Were a City, written by KYO, illustrations by Francesca, SANNA, and we're reading this one with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you so much for joining in today. I am excited. Yes, indeed, Pamela Courtney. Oh, I love it. Here we go. Oh, and then too, I just wanted to show you too, if you take the sleeve jacket off, then you get to see a whole different picture out there. I love that. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, so if you get this book, well, maybe if you get it from the library, because they usually tape them down, you might not be able to see that extra art in there. But if you do get a copy somewhere where it's not in that library sleeve, then maybe you can get to look at that as well. But here we go with our book for today, If You Were a City, written by KYO, illustrations by Francesca, SANNA, and we're reading this one with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. If you were a city. If You Were a City, written by KYO, illustrations by Francesca, SANNA, and read with permission and published by Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Song that keeps coming to mind is I Love This City. Every time I say that title, it's just, I love this city. That's my brain. All right, here we go. If you were a city, how would you be? Great question. If you were a city, how would you be? If you were a city, how would you be? Oh, think about that. Would you be bookish, proud, but slightly leaning? How would you be? Would you be buzzing, bright, and magic seeming? How would you be if you were a city? Would you be bookish, proud, and slightly leaning? Would you be buzzing, bright, and magic seeming? Would you be northern, blue, glacial, cold? Yeah. Could you be northern, blue, glacial, or cold? And also, just so you know, KYO is in Toronto. I think it must be pretty cold at this time of the year. Would you be weathered, warm, playful, old? Would you be weathered, warm, playful, or old? Yeah. Kind of makes me think of Baltimore City. I know it's old American, but not as old as the European ones, but it's still African ones, but it's still an old city. Would you be weathered, warm, playful, and old? Oh, what's the word? Rustic? Would you be a jewel city, a snow city, a toy city, or indeed a float city? If you were a city, who would you be? A jewel city, a snow city, a toy city, or indeed a float city? Or would you be a cute city like Maple? Would you be shiny, glassy, sleek, and tall? What kind of city would you be? Would you be shiny, glassy, and sleek and tall? Or wooden, squat, and nearly small, and nicely small? What would you be? Would you be a shiny, glassy, sleek, and tall city? Or wooden, squat, and nicely small? There's a city in Delaware called Lewis. I loved it. It was like a storybook kind of city. I enjoyed it with tiny, like tiny shops. Their ice cream shop was the best. Wooden, squat, and nicely small. Warm, shiny, nearly small. I love it. I love it. Would you be a ghost city, a fable city, a lost city, a broken city? Oh my. What would you be? Would you be a ghost city, a fable city, a lost city, or a broken city? No. That at times can happen, doesn't it? If you were a city, who would you be? Would you care for those from far off places? Would you offer shelter in peaceful spaces? Great question. Not you, Siri. Siri's like, could you try again? No. Sorry about that, people. Would you care for those from far off places? Offer shelter in peaceful spaces? Something to think about, right? Would you be shout and swagger and no hands writing? No. Would you be shout and swagger and no hands writing? No. That seems like an exciting city. Oh, secret, shaded, and story hiding. Oh, intriguing. Yes, if you were a city, would you be shout and swagger and no hands writing? Or secret, shaded, and story hiding? Yes, indeed. Would you be a place for biking, scooting, walking, with squares for dancing, eating, flocking? That does sound lovely, doesn't it? Yes. Will be a place for biking, scooting, walking, with squares for dancing, eating, and flocking. That's one of the things I've loved about traveling the Yucatan Peninsula. Is a lot of the cities there, Merida and so on, had all these beautiful squares out with music every Friday. I enjoyed that. Would you be a place for biking, scooting, walking, with squares for dancing, eating, and vlogging? If you were a city, how would you be? Would you be a green city, a blue city, a swirling city, or a healing city? Can I be all of them? Would you be a green city, a blue city, a swirling city, a healing city? Would you have great big parks for Sunday lazing? That sounds awesome. Would you have great big parks for Sunday lazing and quiet roofs for starry gazing? How is your city? Do you have big parks for Sunday lazing? Do you have quiet roofs for starry gazing? Yes. Would you have fruit trees for easy nibbling? That sounds so good. Delicious. Yum. Fruit trees for easy nibbling. Basketball courts for nighttime dribbling. Oh my. Yes. If you were a city, would you have fruit trees for easy nibbling? Basketball courts for nighttime dribbling. Can you hear those sounds? Oh my. Would you be a wet city? Would you be a dry city? Would you be a slow city? I like the sound of that. A slow city. Would you be a dream city? If you were a city, who would you be? A wet city? Would you be a dry city? Would you be a slow city? Would you be a dream city? Would you thank your neighbors for all they share? Leave them room for nest and lair? Would you? Would you thank your neighbors for all they share? Leave them room to rest and lair? Wild, noisy, bold and daring, edgy, tough, awake and caring, electric, gritty, hectic, free. What cities are those descriptions making you think of? Wild, noisy, bold and daring, edgy, tough, awake and caring, electric, gritty, hectic, free. This description in particular reminds me of my own hometown of Lusaka in Zambia. Love that city. If you were a city, how would you be? If you were a city, how would you be? And that is the end of our story. If you were a city, how would you be? Thank you so much for joining me on Storytime. And I see you, Ari. I love it. You're saying a free city. Yes, we want that. A slow city. Why not? With lots of fruit trees too. You want a blue city too? And one that has biking? Well, thank you so much for joining in. I'll be right back after this short break for more story time. Join me on the other side of this one. Thank you so much for being here with me on story time today.
Hi, I'm Chad's older brother of Braylon, and I'm homeschooled in Natchitoches, Louisiana. And you're tuning in with Story Time with Mr. LaMotta. Story Time with Mr. LaMotta.
Welcome back. Thank you indeed. Older brother Braylon. Love it. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. And I hope that you enjoyed this wonderful book. And I hope that it took you places, took your imagination to places, and yeah, something to think about. Maybe you could draw that city that is in your mind right now. If you were a city, how would you be? Who would you be? Beautiful one coming to us from KYO and illustrations by Francesca, SANNA. And a big thank you, of course, to the publishers for giving us permission to read it here on Storytime. Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you so much. And indeed, we enjoyed this one. I enjoyed it. I hope that you did too. We're back tomorrow with kind of like a third in the series. Of these amazing retellings that Deborah Underwood and Meg Hunt have brought to life so beautifully. And tomorrow we'll be reading Joe Bright and the Seven Bots. And this one is coming to us from Chronicle Books as well. And yeah, a beautiful one. And if you've read Interstellar Cinderella, you've also, I think, what's the other one? Interstellar Cinderella, and I'm blanking out on the second one. But now we have Joe Bright and the Seven Bots. This one is a retelling of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, of course, and beautifully written, and I think perfect for Women's History Month, because it is a powerful woman in here that we'll be reading about, and yeah, doing amazing things. Thank you so much for joining in. And Deborah Underwood, thank you for creating this beautiful book. I hope that you join us tomorrow and get to enjoy it. And of course, the art of the amazing Meg Hunt. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Absolutely appreciate you. And yeah, please keep sending us recommendations, keep sending us pictures so we can share them here on Storytime. And today our picture is a submission from Lydia Yamaguchi all the way out in Japan. This one she took when she was all the way out in Japan. And so, yeah, just something to marvel at as well. So keep sending those pictures, keep giving us submissions. And for as long as we have your permission to put it up on Storytime, we will do just that. Thank you so much for joining in today on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. And one more time, thank you so much for joining in. Braylon, thank you for being here with us. And Chad have grown so much since that filming. Oh, yes, my heart, I feel you, I hear you. Thank you so much for being here. And indeed, it is so wonderful to have them with us today for this Storytime Live. I hope that all of you are doing well. Thank you so much for joining in. Pamela Courtney, it happened so darn fast. So true, so true. I say it with friends, kids, nieces, nephews, like family members, and just friends in general too. It's like you see a kid one day and next time you're like, wait, how are you in fourth grade right now? How are you going to college? And so many things happening. Thank you for sharing that. I love it. Thank you indeed. And good morning to you one more time again. Ari, thank you for joining us out there in Kentucky. And of course with Megan, thank you so much for being here on Storytime with us today. Amanda West, thank you so much for joining us. And of course, Sarah and Nathan out there in cloudy Illinois, thank you for being here with us on Storytime. And of course, lots of fun too happening out there in Massachusetts, where it is sunny today, but cold. And this one is that was Erin and Clara, and of course Tara McNamara. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Peggy Ashbrook, I hope that book was enjoyable. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that it lived up to what you expected. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime, and maybe surpassed it. Why not? Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Pamela Courtney, Chad, Braylon, thank you for joining us, and of course sending love to Auntie Anne as well, and the rest of the family. Thank you so much for being here with us. Storytime in the Garden it was with Peggy Ashbrook. Thank you, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Continue enjoying those outdoor spaces if you're able. Thank you so much for being here. Soraya, and of course Sharon Lungo, thank you so much for joining us from right here in Oakland. Sending you love, and hugs, and hope to see you soon. Thank you for being here on Storytime. Whatever kind of city, whether you're going to be a free city, a slow city, a fruit tree filled city, a blue city, whatever you desire yourself to be. Well, thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Tomorrow, we are all the way out in space. We are all over. Interstellar tomorrow. Join us for Joe Bright and the Seven Bots. Thank you so much for being here. That one will come to us from Chronicle Books of San Francisco, and it will also come to us from Deborah Underwood and Meg Hunt. And I'm laughing at myself right now because I was trying to think what the other book was, but it's right here. from the creators of Interstellar, Cinderella, and Reading Beauty. The clue is right there, Mr. Lamada. Thank you, everybody, for joining in Storytime. Much love from me, and I will see you again tomorrow. Yes, God willing, I will see you again tomorrow for more Storytime. Much love from me. Bye-bye.
Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start our reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start on reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start on the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start on the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing